Um, Hi, friends. Hello, hello. Marina Shepelsky here with you with my weekly English language live. I also do one in Russian for those Russian-speaking clients that we have, and for any followers who speak Russian. Thank you all for joining me. We have a lot of news, and we are going to talk about them in a few minutes. A little bit about myself. Good morning, Abdallah. A little bit about myself. If you've never met me before, I'm an immigration lawyer in New York. We practice in all 50 states. I'm an immigrant from Ukraine myself, and I love doing this work. I love the puzzles, the intellectual challenge of this type of law, because this is like nothing else, and I love improving people's lives. So this is what we do. We work with asylum. We work with T visas. If you are treated badly at work, exploited by your manager. Hi, ma'am, from DM Mansouri. Hi, how are you? We have a small live today because I have a doctor's appointment a little bit later. I'm dealing with some back pain. If you are experiencing back pain and struggling with it, because that is what's bothering me most of all. And even I went to a surgeon, and they're saying no surgery. So I can't do surgery. I just keep doing physical therapy, going to the doctor, taking some pills, waiting for this crap to go away. And of course, the reason is that I'm so stressed. I'm constantly working with you guys with all of your problems. You're stressed. Handle it and like type and sit here for hours and try to use the computer, and that all adds up to the weight, and I need to lose weight, and so all of that together has causes. But anyway, if you're dealing with that problem, drop me a comment. And also, please just drop me a comment to say good morning. Tell me where you're watching me from. I would really appreciate it. We're doing a short news observation today. The biggest news, of course, is that there was an attempt of a shooting. Well, there was a shooting on the White House, right, on Thanksgiving. And that same evening, our president had announced that they're going to limit asylum to the United States, but basically, how they're going to limit it. They're going to take all of the people who filed for asylum, and their green that are that they received their green card through asylum since January 2020 to February 2025, and they're going to recheck everybody if they're eligible. Of course, guys, they're going to be checking for terrorism ties on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the other messengers that our government has access to. That's what they're looking for first and foremost, but also they're going to be checking if the person was eligible. Um, they were eligible for the asylum status when they filed, and they were approved on the date they were approved. So that's what they're going to be checking for. Also, this was followed by an announcement by the director of USCIS posted on uh, Twitter, now called X, that they're pausing all decisions on asylum cases at the moment to recheck everybody. Now, my recommendation is still file for asylum as soon as possible. Nobody is getting rid of the process of asylum. So if you have an asylum case, please still go ahead and file it, because you might miss your deadline, 1 year to file. Otherwise, you might not get the work permit that you were eligible for when you file 150 days later. And many other things like being in legal status. So please do not stop filing for asylum. That is the biggest message of the day. What else is new? ICE is going to start raids in New Orleans. They're on their way. So if you live in New Orleans, please be careful. The other thing is the Trump's administration is freezing immigration applications from what they're calling third world countries. and they basically announced it's going to be 19 blacklisted countries. They could expand to 30 countries. So anybody from these countries, they're pausing. Again, they're not denying them. They're just pausing. They're rechecking everybody. So that's what's going on. Um, Here are the countries that we are discussing. Okay, this is who they're going to pause. They're pause processing for. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't file. They're just pausing. These countries are Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Also, there's going to be partial restrictions on like Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. And he especially hates Somalians right now and Haiti and Venezuela too, guys. Okay, so that's what the Trump organization. That's who they're after. If you have an immigration question, you can post it in the comments. I'm here to answer it. Please post your question. Shiv says, good morning, have a good day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nari Himanshu says, hello, ma'am. Hi. Um, Applying for asylum, Thorat Rishibad or Thorat Shiribad. Please, you have to come here first. We can help you file for asylum. I don't give jobs. Like a lot of people are emailing me, they think that I provide jobs to people. I don't provide jobs. Um, Hi, how are you? From Muhammad, Sanvi, Kapoor 421 says hello. Hi. Um, Nice heart from Nuri Himanshu Yadav. Thank you so much. Hi to you. I'm here to answer um, any of your legal questions about immigration. Good morning on YouTube from Zwick. Please, if you're watching, post your comment. I'm here for it. Um, I would love to help you. Uh, okay. Waiting for some of your comments. Adding it live to LinkedIn. Hello, friends of LinkedIn. I'm an immigration attorney, Marina Shepelsky. This is my live. I'm going to stream it on LinkedIn now as well. We do work visas, we do talent visas, employment visas, and I'm here to answer your questions. A short live to test the waters on LinkedIn. Hello, hello. Francis says hello from Texas. Hello. Maria says good morning. Thank you so much, Maria, for watching. These are my friends on YouTube. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, post a question. If you're watching me on Instagram, I'm here to answer your questions. Please post them. I'm here to answer. Um, okay. Hello from Lizaveta from New York. Hi. How are you? Thank you for watching in English. Suraj Sharfad says, Привет. Привет. Goldfarb Irene says, Marina, pleasure to see you. Thank you for watching my English live. I appreciate that. Um, Goldfarb Irene has a question. She says, starting in 2026, U.S. visa will be restricted from Uzbekistan. Yes, we are seeing a lot of this. They're like, they haven't exactly said who they're going to consider third world countries and restrict immigration from or pause immigration from. We're kind of waiting for an actual announcement. B. Gianna says, Привет, добрый человек. Hello, hello. Hi, thank you. It's in Russian. He said, hello, kind person. I love that. Thank you. Um, all right. Uh, Boston 694 says, hello, attorney. Can I ask questions? Yes, please. Ask your questions right now. We are here for 8 more minutes. I would love to answer your questions. And here is my chamomile tea. I drink. It goes to your health. Throw your questions in a comment. I'm here to answer. Not legal advice, of course. Just answering some questions. Hello from MCM 5302. Thank you so much for watching. Um, okay, you're not posting your questions right this minute, so I'm going to continue with news. I'm going to continue with the news. And let's see. Yeah, they're saying U.S. has paused. Not so. The U.S. pauses immigration from 19 countries. It's all over the news, but I mean they haven't punished. I'm sorry, they haven't like published anything official, So I'm seeing what like I want to see what specifically they're going to restrict. So far, it's just been like most of social media, nothing legal, like no laws, no orders that come out. Uh, in DC, a federal judge restricted arrests without warrants. So a federal judge on Tuesday limited to the extent to which immigration officers in DC can make arrests without having a warrant. This is a guess against U.S. citizens. The law only allows arrests without a warrant for immigration officers of probable cause, indicating that somebody is in the country illegally and likely to escape. You can't just grab somebody just because they look like a Latino. That's not a good thing. Um, so federal courts are catching up finally to what ICE is doing, and they're finally saying no. There's constitutions here that even though immigrants don't have as much constitutional rights as citizens, there's still some things you cannot do in U.S. Um, Okay, let's go back to your questions. Tharash Shripad says, my wife is a doctor and together we can apply for asylum. Can she get permission to work and practice as a doctor, as a general physician? So, oh, thank you. Irene says, I look beautiful in blue. Thank you so much. You can definitely get a work permit once you are in asylum pending status, right? Definitely. But um, you might not be able to practice medicine until she takes the exams and gets the American license and does a residency here. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of time before she can practice, but she will be allowed to use her work permit to work here while she waits to take the exam, to do the residency, and they pay a salary when somebody is a resident in a hospital. Via Samang official says, what about H-1B now? H-1B is still being issued, but people who apply for the first time for H-1B will have to pay $100,000 as an application fee for H-1B, and that's a lot for some people. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people it is. Okay, questions from Francis. How long does it take to get a replacement card for a lost combo? This is work permit and advanced parole combo. Sometimes 6 months. Ahmed Alzini says, hello, Marina. Thank you for your live videos. It's really helpful. Thank you. I need to know what are there any specific times to go live regularly because I need to follow you. Usually on Wednesday. Just keep track of our posts, advertising. Please follow me, and you will see that we're doing lives usually on Wednesday at like 11 or sometimes 11:30. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, I spoke about Judge in DC. Trump's Homeland Security Department announces that they're going to New Orleans with raids now. That their operation of ICE raids is live now. Um, There's a senator from Ohio, a Republican senator, had put forth and offered a proposed law, a new law, just a proposal, that people who are citizens, but they have dual citizenship, U.S. citizenship and let's say Indian passport, two passports, American and Indian, have, if the law goes into effect, let's say 2027, from that date, somebody that has dual citizenship has 1 year to renounce Indian citizenship for the other citizenship that they have. They have to write a letter to the Homeland Security Secretary saying, I renounce my other citizenship. If they don't, after 1 year, the person would lose their American citizenship. So this is just a proposal. I don't think it's going to go through Congress. I think it's going to die in Congress. But it's very concerning that people are going this route when there's definitely case law saying it's absolutely constitutional and protected by the U.S. Supreme Court to have two citizenships, U.S. and another country, or even more. Some people have more. Um, okay, via Samang official says, so that will remain, or is there any change that the rule for H-1B? If you have H-1B, you're fine. Nothing changed for H-1B, okay? Uh, can we visit as tourists and apply for asylum? Yes, you can come to US with a tourist visa, and once you're here, apply for asylum. Naleen wants to know, Neelam Zeb, 1960, how long VAWA case these days? About 4 years. If you file for VAWA, you have 4 years. All right, so I'm gonna have to cut our show short today. I'm gonna answer the last three questions here, and I'm gonna say good day. Maria says, I-130 petition filed 2022 under F2A was approved recently, but the child now aged out and is 22. The case is in NVC as F224, but the child is covered under stage 3. What is the next step? They will let you know. They know the age and the status since you put the birth date down. They will subtract from the age of the child the time that it took to approve the I-130. That's this child status protection. And whatever age they get, they're going to keep you in that category. Ahmed says, can anybody apply for VAWA and then apply for his unmarried children at the same time if they're outside U.S.? And does this affect the VAWA process? If you lived in the U.S. in an abusive marriage, then yes, you can apply from outside of U.S. and the kids also from outside of U.S., unmarried children. But if you never lived in America with an abusive spouse, you cannot. My U visa is this I'm seeing. My U visa was denied in 2020. Will I start it for you? Yes, because you're here without status. I'm being honest with you. Yes. Last question today. PKN01234. Good morning. I got my conditional green card last month. I'm thinking about joining the U.S. Army. Can you please tell me will it be a good idea or not? Will fast track me to citizenship? Good idea. They will fast track you to citizenship. Yes. Question from PKN. How long will it be? It depends where you will serve. You have to pass the first part, which is boot camp. And after that, it shouldn't be more than like 6 months or so, I think, in my opinion. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm saving this. You don't have to worry. This will be saved, and you'll be able to watch this later if you missed part of the show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go do my Russian live. If you're Russian speaking, like I know Maria here is, Goldfarb is, please join me on Instagram on my Russian channel, Marina.advokatessa. Thank you, everybody. Call us for a consultation. Number is on YouTube on the bottom of the screen. On Instagram, in my profile, the little picture has my phone number. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.